What's happening, guys? Okay, we're off again. This week we're heading back up the river, so I'm a little bit excited. We're going to do a 2-night camping trip, and the first night's going to be up past Waikerie. I'm meeting up with Billy, a mate who's been on a couple of my videos before. He is house sitting, or houseboat sitting, his sister's houseboat, so up near Devlins Pound I think it is. So we're going to go and catch up with him for one night, and then the next night I'm just going to find somewhere on the river that I can camp. I've got a bit of firewood with me, so we can have a bit of a camp, bit of a cook up, have a couple of glasses of Scared of the Dark medicine, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, hopefully it's a little bit better than my whale watching video, but at least I got a video done. But it's been a big weekend. I'm a little bit knackered. Yesterday, Saturday, I usually work Wednesday to Saturday, but I took yesterday off because I had my first drifting day in my new little drift car. So just going through my 10th midlife crisis, or old age crisis, but had a great day out there testing the new car and seeing if the old fella can still do it. So it wasn't too bad. We're going to cut to a clip right now so you can see me do one lap of the skid pan. So brilliant fun day. Car was perfect. Usually with drift cars there's things going wrong all the time. That's why I decided to buy one of these cars. It's a Nissan V35. You can check it out on our main motorsports page, Martin Motorsport. I've got the full video on there. But a nice little car. Looks okay for 17 years old. So I've done a little bit of work to it, but not much. But you can check out that channel, which is one my son and me are going to run with all our motorsport antics. My son will be racing Speedway in the next few months and a wingless sprint, and also there's a chance he might do the Fink desert race on a dirt bike. He's thinking of training up for that, which is the biggest off-road event in Australia, so up in the middle of Australia. So if you're into any part of the motorsport, go and check that channel out. There won't be regular videos, but just whenever we've got an event on, we'll chuck a video up. But check it out and subscribe if you can, if you like that. If not, we've still got the main channel here, the camping and exploring Australia videos. So as I said, we're heading up the Riverland. It's a bit cold and wet, but I think it'll be okay. So I'm going via Manham because I had to drop into Murray Bridge. Usually you'd cut across from Tailem Bend and go up past Bow Hill, Swan Reach way. So we're going to head Manham, Cambrai, Sedan way up to Blanchetown, and then cut across to Waikerie and cross the ferry at Waikerie and head to Devlins Pound. So enough of me talking. I better turn the camera around, show you guys what I'm looking at, and that also means it's time to start the music. You cannot go through a country town and not have a look at the silo art. very nice. Nowhere near as good as the Kroonder one, but it's not too bad, and that's a very nice yabby. So here we are at the beautiful Waikerie riverfront. Brings back a few memories. Was pulled up or moored up in the houseboat down there about 100 metres. And don't forget, there's one rule you've got to remember: always wave to the ferry driver. Okay, I'm going to give him an extra big wave today. See if we can get a bit of a reaction. There's a bit of a wave, the ferry driver's wave. There, I've got a bit of a wobble out of it. Okay, I'm going to see if I can bluff him into a thumbs up. He's walking. Hang on, I've still got the handbrake on. See you, mate. Nah, couldn't talk him into a thumbs up. I did get that little bit of a flicker when we got on the ferry though, so pretty happy with that. And now just waiting for a text from Billy to let me know where I'm heading. So here we are, campsite for the night. We got Billy over here. Billy's house sitting. You might have seen Billy when we exploded a can of Tom Piper braised steak and onion. He's got another one here for us. But the water is way up. I called in here a year ago, or just under a year, and parked, what's that, upstream probably 150 metres. And if you check that video out, we were having a barbecue here, and it was about where those sticks were. There is a barbecue underneath the water there, and the water was even up then, but this last seems like the last couple of weeks it's come right up. When did you put that first stick in, Billy? 2 days ago?
Yeah.
So those two sticks down there, the one on the left he put in 2 days ago when he got up here.
The other one I put in yesterday afternoon.
So the one on the right he put in yesterday afternoon. So the water's really getting pumped down at the moment, or flowing. But great little spot here. Devlins Pound. We'll tell you a bit of a story around the campfire later on about Devlins Pound. Old Billy tried to scare me when I came through last year. But time to have a drink, I think. A bit of a scared of the dark medicine. Catch you guys later. Okay guys, campfire story, history of Devlin Pound. And I had to look this up because when I came with the houseboat last year, I was parked or moored about 150 metres upstream from here. Got drunk with old Billy over there, and he told me the story about the ghost, the headless horseman. and I had to walk back in the dark by myself. But what he didn't realise was I'd had a fair few scared of the dark medicine, so I didn't have to worry about anything, even though he did sneak up behind me trying to scare me in the dark. So the real story about Devlin Pound, there was this guy, I think his name was Jimmy Devlin, and Devlin Pound was known for the area where they used to bring all the cattle from over New South Wales, and it was the spot where they could cross the river. And Devlin's Pound was actually there was a little valley here. It was a place where they could keep the cows, keep the cattle, and I think I said a little valley, so they didn't need anyone really looking after them overnight, so they just stay there. So seeing it was such a popular area, old Jimmy Devlin, I think I've got the name wrong there, I think his old man might have done it, I've forgotten his name, started up this little tavern thing, or place where he'd sell alcohol, mainly wine, serve a bit of food, because there used to be a lot of stockmen and that calling in, so he'd always serve them fish and serve them wine. But after a while he got sick of serving fish all the time, so he started sneaking down to where the cattle were, rustling a couple of cattle, bringing them back, and all of a sudden, instead of having fish stew, they were having beef stew. So everyone was pretty happy with that, and he got away with it for a fair while, but he was that confident he started pinching cattle off the neighbours and everything. Then all of a sudden one day he went missing, and no one saw him for years. And then one day some bloke found this grave, and they dug it up, and there was this guy with a bullet hole through his head and this old red beard there, because he had this big red beard, so these red whiskers were there, so they knew it was old. I'm guessing it was, his name was Jimmy. That sounds good anyway, Jimmy Devlin. And then after all that story came out, this ghost had been seen a few times on a headless bloke riding a horse down along the river. So Billy reckons he can see him now, but riding along the top of the cliff. So that's the story of Devlin Pound. So we'll keep an eye out tonight, see if I can see the headless horseman. I've got the van parked up here very close, so I don't have to walk very far tonight, but and I've got plenty of scare of the dark medicine, so we should be okay tonight. And tonight's cook up is going to be Billy. Billy's done a what is it, curry sausage stew. So you probably can't hear Billy, but he said he didn't want me to cook the Pied Piper, Tommy Piper braised steak and onion again. We don't want to explode another can. So we'll get stuck into that a bit later on, and we'll give you a bit of a food review on Billy's curried sausage stew. So here we go, Billy's cook up. It's a bit hot. I was trying to get under some light, but I think the video's getting that. Curried sausage stew, I think it is, with a couple of bits of toast. Looks bloody brilliant. We'll be back with a score and a review in a minute. Okay, so we polished off Billy's curry sausage stew. Bloody brilliant. We've cleaned that up.
Bit more left.
He's itching for a bloody 9, but very nice. But I can't give him a 9. 8.8, that's my review. Bloody beautiful. 8.8 is bloody good, Billy.
I think 9.
Like, no, get out of here. 9's got to have caviar on top, something. Prawns, things like that on top of it.
Well done, mate. This wouldn't go down with a stew.
8.8, that's your review. Thank you, very nice.
I'll take that.
Well, good morning everyone. Beautiful morning here at Devlin Pound. Had a great night with Billy last night by the bonfire. A couple of scare of the dark medicines. Bit of a chat. And we're just going to go for a bit of a walk along the cliff here and see what we can see. I think I told you the story about Devlin Pound last night. How it got its name through whatever his name was, Jimmy Devlin. We'll go for a bit of a walk up the track and see what we can see. So bringing back a few memories now. This is where I had Gilligan moored when I came through about 11 months ago, I'm guessing. If you're new to the channel, check out some of the videos back at the start where it all started, this channel, with my little trip up the Murray River from Meningie up to Wentworth in my little houseboat or caravan on pontoons. But this is a nice little spot here. Fire pit with a windbreak. And you know I love a good windmill. That's a beauty. Okay guys, first toilet review on the channel, on the houseboat here. Brilliant view, looking out over the river, out on the back deck. One of the best toilets I've been to. 9.1, that's my review. So just looking out the back deck here, just going to show you the water flow. So water's coming up and also a lot of flow. Don't know if that's catching it or not. Okay, Billy's gone beyond himself cooking breakfast here. This looks brilliant. Few potatoes, egg, bacon, sausage. Supposed to be on no carb diet, but bugger it, the bread and the potatoes, we'll have them. As we sit in the houseboat looking out at the river. How's this for trick photography? That looks so nice out there, doesn't it? But that's actually a mirror to the right. See if I can zoom back and show you the mirror. There you go. Tricked me when I looked up first. Okay, Billy's breakfast review. Absolutely sensational. 9.3, that's my review.
Bloody hell, 9.3.
What are you giving yours, Billy?
9.9.
9.9. And I've got to go back and check this view out with the mirror because it looks like we're sitting in the middle of the river. And there's Billy's twin over there. Okay guys, that's going to finish this video. I'm going to be camping tonight. I think it's Holder Bend I might be heading to, but I'll explain that to you in the next video. That's the plan anyway. I think Billy here might be coming for a bit of a trip. He's heading back towards Tailem Bend later on today, so it depends what he's doing. He might come and camp the night. But we had a great camp here at Devlins Pound, and we had a bit of a campfire and we sorted out all the problems of the world after having a couple of scared of the dark medicines. So great night, and we'll catch you guys next week at Holder Bend.